Welcome back. It's your girl Candy Kaylin.
And your boy Shawton Shaw.
And it's 6:34, so it's time to.
Pull back up.
So guys, it is 6:34. You know, every Monday here on DFWIRadio.com we talk sports, news, and hip hop. Mr. Shaw, we're talking about a subject today that is old school, right? We're gonna go a little church, a little Christian, a little new school. We're talking about shacking. Mr. Shaw doesn't like the word shacking. He says it sounds. What did you say it sounds?
Sounds nasty.
It sounds nasty. So old people say anything that sounds nasty, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So if you think shacking sounds nasty, you probably shouldn't be shacking. But what shacking means is if you didn't grow up in a black family with an old grandma, a black grandma who loves Jesus, shacking is when you live with people outside of marriage. That's what shacking means in politically correct terms. It means to cohabitate prior to marriage. And we're talking about this subject because, well, it comes up at some point in most people's adult life that you have to make a decision. Are you going to stick with your values and beliefs that have been indoctrinated into you, or are you going to do you create something that works for you?
My grandma ain't never tell me nothing about shacking. I think she meant for her granddaughters not to be shacking. Some of them still did it. So we back to the same point I had for you last week about the not just playing. I don't I feel like you have to shack. I feel like I can't consider being in a relationship long-term life partner. Because again, this is my opinion, 3 to 5 years. If I've been dating you from 3 to 5 years, we need to be thinking about marriage. Since we've been together 5 years, that's close to 10. We in there. I'm not, if we get to 3 years of seriousness, we in there. If we get to probably like this, if we get to a year of seriousness and this real love, because I've been part of situations where the love wasn't real and we was kind of shack and cohabitate. You know what I'm saying? And so it's vibes for me. So 3 to 5 years that we've been rocking, we need to be thinking about rings and fingers. That's just my personal opinion. But I feel like, how can we be together? We've never lived together. I need to know you. You need to know how I move. You need to know that I need to be a little cleaner. I need to put my stuff in the basket. You know, if you ever come to my mama's house when we all lived there, you know that stuff don't really go in the basket. I think
You don't put stuff in the basket.
wait.
You don't tell the truth. Tell the truth. If you're gonna give my floss,
Yeah,
give
that.
the right one.
Oh,
You don't put stuff in the basket. You think you got housekeepers. I don't know. You don't put stuff in the basket.
they gonna lie and tell the truth.
I may be messy. I may have things everywhere.
What the other sibling gonna say?
I may have things everywhere.
What the
But
other
I put my
sibling?
clothes.
What the
I
other,
wash my clothes and I put
what
my
the other
stuff in the
sibling gonna say?
basket.
What the
Put
other
my stuff in the
sibling?
basket.
What the other sibling gonna say?
She ain't got no room to talk.
Okay, so what I'm telling you is, at our house, when we all lived there, when we didn't live with, I smell smoke. It might not have been. Not saying it was dirty, because our house never gonna be dirty, but it went clean. It wasn't like you came in and like, I don't want to live here. It was like there's some clothes on here. So what I'm telling you is, in my room, right now, it's some clothes on the floor. Matter of fact, it's some other stuff on the floor because they left it. I'm a karate chop, but not seen. But it might be some clothes on the floor. That's because I came in, threw them on the ground. A woman needs to know that, hey, you ain't getting the bag. She only got to say it once, like, hey, pick up these damn clothes. I'm not playing with you. Let me pick up these clothes. Ladies, you need to know if your man don't clean his butt all the way before you start washing his clothes, right? That don't need to be a surprise to you. I take a shower afterwards because I don't need nobody talking about me. I don't need nobody talking about me. I'm gonna make sure my boo boo clean. So we gotta get out of there. All right. So these are things you need to know: how people sleep, how they snore, how they live, how they manage money, cohabitation, and again, managing money. I'm one of the people who really don't like serious conversations. And 2021 has been a year for me because I'm checking everything. I'm waiting on tomorrow to check somebody about some money. You ain't got the money. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
You checking people in 2021, Mr. Shaw. You
To the T. Everybody gonna
check.
listen. After 2021, they're gonna be like, man, he was the boss. Yes, because everybody gotta come correct. Ain't no half stepping. Accountability, truth telling, doing the right thing, because that's how I'm living my life. I'm not living like a hypocrite. The one thing people gonna say, oh, he not out here preaching what he not living. If I'm preaching it, I'm living it. Okay? I'm not gonna be telling men don't be slipping, date rape drugs and girls drugs and drinks, and then I do. Okay? I'm not gonna be like some of these pastors out here. I love the Lord. Yes, I love thee. Touching little boys at the end of the night. I'm not judging y'all. I'm just saying a lot of y'all be living hypocritical. Not me. Okay? I'm living what I speak. I ain't doing no different.
I never know what he's gonna say.
Candy Kaylin, I tell you my spirit ain't all the way right. These are things you need to know. You don't really know somebody till you live with them. You don't know until you live with them.
Can I share a funny story?
I'm gonna shack up and I'm gonna cohabitate.
Can I share a funny story?
Go ahead.
So I'm a shacker, right? We're honest. We're true.
You are definitely a shacker.
We're transparent. I'm a shacker. I will live with, because I need to know if I can marry you. Shacking is like the best way. Now, before I get to my story, I do understand, like, as I study biblically, I understand why God did not intend for us to shack. And I understand why God intended for us to be virgins before we got married. I get it now. Like, as you get older and you, like, really... You understand that when it is the taste of temptation and the weakness of the flesh. Like, you understand that when you've not been exposed to certain things, you don't know certain things. You don't know that you hate things if you've never experienced it. So if you live in the house with somebody and they throw their clothes on the floor, well, you don't know you hate that. Mm-hmm. You instinctively pick it up. When that's not what you're accustomed to, you're like, what? Get your off the goddamn floor. And my face, I am not the help. I am not the help. So it is a understanding as I get older that I do understand why older people held to that biblical belief. As you and I have talked about, Christianity is not necessarily our true root of religion. So there are some constructs of things that as we get older, we do have to evaluate what works best for us.
Thanks.
And can you live with somebody that's going to have you homeless and under the bridge? Because had you lived with him for 6 months, you would have known that he doesn't pay bills. You know? So, and I say that because once upon a time, I used to live with this guy and who was my boyfriend. Like, let me correct it, because I forget people take things and run with it. I don't want y'all to think that I just take my suitcase and move in with people. That is definitely
you're not a homosexual.
I'm not a homosexual. That is definitely not.
They homosexuals.
You said I'm. You are so petty, but you are so right. So we were together or whatever, and I was like, in that particular situation, I was like kind of living there, but not kind of living there because, like, I kind of know that I don't like people. Like, I kind of get it, like, right? So I was like trying to like put my foot in, but take my foot out, so I had the flexibility to move around when I needed to. So I just happened to be going through the kitchen, and at that time there was like not a trash can, so it was like whole ghetto situation with the trash bag was on the floor. Well, one, that's foreign to me because why you ain't got a trash can, right? Mm-hmm. So like my name is not on the lease. I don't live here. Anytime, like this is your house, right? I'm a visitor. I stay here. Trash bag on the floor. I happen to see an electric bill with somebody else's name on it. Excuse me? It's a whole woman name on this electric bill that I know don't live here. So I'm asking questions like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, buddy. Excuse me. What's going on? He was offended. So your credit bad though. Like, I don't, I think he thought it was, who is this woman? Nah, friend, your credit so bad you can't get lights in your name. That was my question that I think kind of threw him for the loop. Like, bruh, shout out to the chick that was willing to put the lights in her name. Like, shout out to her. Shout out to whatever the relationship and the situation was. But that was the moment that I knew that I was never going to marry you because you couldn't get lights in your name. So when you live with people, you're able to get information that you would not have access to normally.
You need to know these people.
Huh?
You need to know these people you're dealing with. You need to know these people you need to know these people. You will not know these people unless you spend. There's certain time. Y'all need to be able to spend. You need. This is what Ted. If y'all are talking, then you need to know if they got a job or not. If they always, if you waking up, getting ready to go to work, and they'll never like, why you never see you making moves to get ready to go to work? You don't got no job. You need to know that. people can lie. People can lie to you about having a job. People can lie to you about working. People can lie to you about all of that. So for me, and I feel like I've gotten myself being too nice, not being the boss that I was. I've gotten myself in a situation to where now every day I sound like a mean person because I have to explain to you why we're not going to be together, or why you got to get your own spot outside of where you stay, and I got to have my own spot not too far. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I put myself in that situation, and I'm navigating through that because at the end of the day, what you realize, if you're being the best person you can be and looking out for others, you don't care what people saying. So cohabitating, checking, you need to do it because if you don't, you're not gonna know that person, and you see the real. Look. I'm telling you, don't date me. Don't date me if you want to have stepper. I'm a big stepper. Why? My mama was a big stepper. My first comedy show should be May 22nd. I'm gonna get everybody information, and it's gonna be about my mom and her family, and how the women in her family are big steppers, big old steppers. My mama a big stepper. Her mama, huge stepper. She gonna step. She gonna step. It don't matter. She stepped so much, she left California and left her husband, took her kids in the 60s. Big old stepper came to Texas. How many women leaving the West Coast to come to the racist South? Big old stepper, like I say. Mama a big stepper, grandma a huge stepper. Auntie fire, she a fire stepper. Okay? Her feet high. Right? You might not get that, but my cousin get that. Her feet high. She might kick you with. Okay? So, long story short, I'm shacking because I need to know. I need to know how you have conversations with your mama. I need to know how you are with your siblings. I need to know how your siblings are. I need to know. I need to be able to sit back and just look at your people. Now, I will tell you this. If I don't like your folks, I ain't speaking. Don't ask me to go around. Big stepper. I can love you, man. I can love you and not rock with your folks.
Well, I think those are the three things that you just said are the three most important parts about the reason why. And again, I am not advocating for living together. I'm advocating for making decisions that are best for you, the individual. This is my perspective only, okay? I think the three things that you need to look at when you're dealing with these people is you have a chance to see their credit. You have an opportunity to know if this person tells the truth or they're a liar. Things like their job. You also have an opportunity to interact with family, whether or not you like these people. So, quick story. I am a shacker. Huh?
We got a lot of stories.
Right.
I don't really be dating people like that. Like this is my first relationship in 10 years. Well, I had a little relationship in the '80s, but they really weren't real. But I don't be meeting people, mama, because I don't be faking. Like, I ain't trying to meet your mom.
Well, I didn't even talk. I don't even know if we have time for the. I don't know if we have time for the family story.
Lord, but never let me get rich and I'm single because I'm not even. Is the mic on? Hey, come on back to my room. I won't do no talking. That's it. That's all I got for you. That's it.
So a job, right? So there's a two-part story. So my friend, shout out to BK if she's listening. We used to go hang out with her husband. Would come meet us for her now husband. He would come meet us for lunch, and I was like, "Hey, do you know where he works?" And she was like, "Girl, I don't know where he works. I just know that he get a check and he work around the corner from us." So we would laugh about it, and I was like, "Girl, you need to know where he worked." She's like, "Why?" So the reason why is because I had experienced somebody that I knew that he was a habitual liar. He was like, he had a job. And this was like the running joke in my family, like he had a job at Coca-Cola. And so of course I'm petty. I need to know. I ain't seen no badge. I ain't seen no check stub. I didn't ask for a check stub. I didn't ask for a badge. Like, these are real life things. Like, y'all think I'm making this up. Mr. Shaw has told you, like, people lie about everything. And if you don't live with them and you don't check with them every day, you don't know. They tell you they got a job. You're at work. You don't have time to let me. Huh?
They're going to lie to you and be mad when you catch them in the lie.
When you check them.
You
check them, like,
I go through it every day.
You have to ask these questions because people are liars. And you're fortunate if you've never experienced, but I promise you more women than not, they have, and you didn't even know it. And then when you get married, you wonder why you ain't got no money. Well, he ain't had no job. There was Suzanne and Shaniqua and Shaquan who been funding him, and now that he with you, they not funding him no more because these dudes be homosexuals, and these women do too. Like, don't miss that part. Like, don't miss the fact that this is a people thing.
Ladies, I want to tell you one thing. Okay, now everybody know women don't deal with men that are broke, and if you deal with a man that's broke, man, you stupid. Stupid women don't deal with men without money. I don't
Smart
even know
women.
smart.
Stupid women deal with men who don't have
Yeah,
money
I
because
don't
they
think you're
believe
a
in
gold
love
digger. I don't think a woman is a gold digger and she wants a man to have some money because
or a
what?
job. The
Again, there's
basics.
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong
The
with having.
basics.
There's nothing wrong with being just going to work. Nothing wrong. That you at least you going to work every day. I'm not mad at you. Cause so if you broke because you go to work every day, you paying bills, you trying to figure out, that's fine. But for the people, the men who don't go to work, don't got no money, and for the women who dealing with the men who don't go to work, got no money, you stupid. Sorry, I don't care how nobody feel, you stupid. So point being, point A, point CBD. I need everybody to be smart about the things they're doing when you're dating somebody. Because again, ladies, you're not a gold digger if you want a man with money. Fellas, you are not wrong if you're trying to date a woman and she don't meet your level. Okay? That's the thing. Women got a level that men need to be at. If you're not on her level, she gonna not talk to you. Fellas, we need to start having that same energy. Okay? Exact same energy. There's nothing wrong with a woman saying, if you don't got no money, I'm not gonna deal with you. I like to do this, do that. Now, if a woman is telling you, you need to buy me, gold digger. Gold digger.
I think
Gold
that's a
diggers
good
don't
way to
tell
break
you
it
what you
down.
need to do with your money for them. A
That's a good way
real
to break it
woman,
down.
huh?
That's a good way to break it down.
A real woman who got her own money just wants you to have some money, so she not out here looking like a dummy. Okay, there's the difference. Okay, just be honest. Again, like I told you, men, if you can pull up on a woman, you can get her mouth or her vagina when you want to. You need to do something for her. You need to do something. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay? Let's just be honest. Money dictate a lot of things. I try to tell my partners they ain't believe me. A woman gonna go if you paying her bill. If you being honest with her, oh, you take care of looking out for her, and you not trying to put restrictions on her, then you start putting restrictions, she will have a problem. But if you being honest, like, man, do what you want, woo, just when I pull up, woo, in the third, make sure you now I do believe if I'm paying your rent, don't nigga needs to litter. I'm not paying rent.
Live there. See. So we go back to respect, right? And these are things that you
He
learn with
come
people.
business that can't litter.
You understand, right? So when you live with people, other people, like whatever you do, you need to do it outside of your space. Like, right? So the respect. And that's the reason. The thing about living together, you see people are disrespectful. Are they going to respect you through this process? Like I said, you understand their credit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this friend can't get nothing. This friend don't got a cell phone in their name. This friend don't got a car in their name. Car insurance. They don't have car insurance. There's just a variety of things that we get to understand and learn about people. And as you said, to ask somebody to be able to match the things that you're already accustomed to is not gold digging. To demand that somebody does something for you that you can't afford to do for yourself is gold digging. And as each of us, and there's also people that maybe they're not there where you are today financially, but you know they have the potential to get there. They're working to get there. That's another thing. But for all of this to come together, you have to understand you do not know what people do when you do not live with them. That and coming in, for me, that's another thing. One thing my dad did every day was come home. And I say that women don't always have expectations. There are certain things that are non-negotiable. You not coming home is non-negotiable. I don't want to hear you got drunk. You better call me. You better call Uber. You better send a text. You better tell your friends. You better do something because there are certain things that are non-negotiable. My father went to work every day. He came home every day. Those are things for me that are non-negotiable. You better have a job.
And ladies, if you're not tough, and you know what, like you say, if my mama tough, she might whine from time to time, but she gonna make something shake. And you know, I never remember us. There's nothing wrong with you being on government assistance. I don't remember if we had it when we was younger. We might have did. Just a lot of things my mom didn't do. I see a lot of women making excuses with less on their plate. You said
we were what when you were little?
Was on government assistance. Not knocking nobody who had it. Not knocking nobody.
When you was born, we was poor. We was poor when you was born. Only because daddy, you know, and again, that's what life happens, right?
He broke his arm. That's not life.
And he was like laid off in transition of jobs, broken arms. But mama went got it. Like mama was like, I was in kindergarten. Mama was big and pregnant.
So my thing is for a woman who's not going to get it, like if you ain't going to get it, it's not. I'm gonna be out. Right, I'm gonna be out. So that's just
and
me.
You can't see that from the outside always.
Nah,
right?
You gotta be around somebody. Let me tell you. But I will say one thing: if in 2 years it ain't working out, you better shoot deuce. Look, I'm 33 at this point. You got 6 months to show me. We might need to start staying together that 6 months. I need to come over and see how you operate. I'm not gonna be giving nobody a year. Oh, we got a minute, better hurry up.
But you know what? It makes sense, and it's sad that we have to look at things like that, because you do have to look at the amount of time that you're investing in a situation. Is this situation going to be beneficial to me? Is it going to be beneficial to us? Are we wasting our time? And I think that that's what living together does show you. If we can't get along daily, and I won't be here with you, we're probably not gonna get along. And I think those are things that people sometimes get married because they have been brought up to believe biblically that certain things are right and wrong, which they are. You have to get and adjust to what works for you. But I think that some of that also keeps people in situations that they have no business being in when time has expired. You know, a woman would know that a man was abusive if she lived with him before she married him.
And like you said,
Or drunk, or whatever the case may be.
if y'all can't get along consistently, like every relationship has problems, but every month every week y'all not supposed to be having an issue. Every month y'all not supposed. If y'all not getting along consistently, and nobody's cheating, nobody's lying, bills are paid, y'all just aren't meant to be together. That's just really.
And that's okay. And that's okay. And I think that shacking.
Better hurry up.
Okay, shacking will save you money versus marriage. Getting married to only later find out that it's not going to work is a whole different ball game. But we are coming to the end of our show. Mr. Shaw is speeding me up, so T must be wrapping us up. It's
We got a little show, man. It's
time to go. So this is your girl, Candy K. Lynn.
It's your boy, Shawton Shy K, the Fat Mom.
Every Monday here on DFWIRadio.com. We
pull up.
Until next week.
Yeah, we out this time.
We out.